Wednesday today. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Look, well, you can't look, can you? But take it from me that the sun is shining. It's very, very bright today, very bright. And here we are in the week that shops, some of the shops, pubs and restaurants and stuff can open outside. Everything's being eased. It's really cool. We're waiting on the funeral to happen, televised funeral as it's going to be, obviously, for Prince Philip, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, on Saturday. That's going to happen, and we closed our survey off a little bit later than normal because of that, because of what's happened, and we've got the results for you today. We thought we'd share them. What we're going to do, we're going to put a link below this video, or we'll post it around, so that you can take your time to see the results and drink them in, so to speak. But in the meantime, let me just give you a bit of a summary. It's quite interesting that over half of all the people that answered our survey, and we had over 100 responses, so it was really good. Thank you very much, by the way. And you all get a free 6-month digital subscription, which you'll be receiving emails about today, last night, that kind of thing, you know. And over half of you live in the south of England, which is very interesting, isn't it? If you include London in that, Greater London, we're looking at nearly 2/3, so very interesting. Perhaps we need to, but we did have representation from Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, the north of England and the Midlands as well, which is great. And you can see that. We'll put the pictures up as we go, I hope. Which age group do you belong to? Question 2. Again, nearly half are all over 65. 65 years old, most of you that are taking part in our survey about handling this roadmap to reopening. But if you take in 55 to 64, we're looking at nearly 3/4 of the people out there. Again, we had representation from younger people as well, but that's the majority. Have you received at least one coronavirus vaccination? Well, over 90% have, yes. And that's not surprising, is it, with the age group involved? Only 2% say no and they never will. Nearly 7% say they haven't received theirs yet. Theatres announcing the opening of their shows. How soon do you think you will be comfortable to attend as an audience member? So this is talking to you as an audience member, not as a participant or a theatre maker. So part of the cast and crew at the moment. And on this one, it was quite an even split, wasn't it? But it looks like the biggest single answer was after 17th of May. But if you include the June 21st, hopefully the end to all social distancing as well, it looks like we're looking at about 60%, hopefully. Interestingly enough, getting on for a third say that later this year, not until later this year, they won't be happy to attend any theatre. You can tell this is live, can't you? And that's the good thing about these videos, they're all live and done for you on the spur of the moment, these ones. This is an interesting question. Question 5. Do you believe the public's perception of the UK's roadmap to recovery, and thus our theatres reopening, is hindered or confused by each devolved region, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, having their own independent set of rules to follow? And I'm not a bit surprised that 60% virtually say absolutely, I know how the whole devolved situation works, but it's difficult to keep up with the who, what and where. And it is difficult, isn't it? Because you have to read almost 4 sets of rules as you go if you want to keep up with the whole of the UK. nearly a quarter of people have said no, it's quite easy to understand once you read through everything. But as I say, most people are a bit confused by everything. Will you be happy to carry and present a vaccine passport and go to live theatre in the future? Just over 72% of people say, yeah, really don't mind, which is quite nice to see. Nearly 9% say it's outrageous, and they don't agree with anyone demanding to see any kind of passport because it's discriminatory, I guess. Question 7. Are you a member of an amateur dramatics group, society, charity, company, or similar? Yeah, 93% of people say yep, they are, absolutely. Although it's nice to see 6% of people who aren't belonging to a society still answering the survey. By the way, just so you know, we did put something in the survey so that if you answered no to that, it would end the survey for you, so you don't have to answer the ones about societies. But it didn't work for some reason. So I apologise that you were locked into the survey, so to speak, to go after that. Question 8. Will provisional dates for reopening in your region be moved back? Quite a close split, really. Not as close as Brexit, but quite close. Nearly 60% say no, they don't think it will be moved back. They think it will be the 21st of June. All social distancing in England, and hopefully followed by Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland will happen. But just over 41% say yes, they think it will be pushed back. So we shall see. With nearly all the professional shows announcing their respective return dates, is your society also looking to reopen in the not too distant future? You'll see why this is aimed at members now, really, after that question. And for this one, it was a really even split. The biggest one, interestingly, yeah, they're looking to reopen, but not until later this year. That's 2021. Interesting. To what extent will you meet in person for rehearsals? I'm not surprised that the biggest one there was a mix of Zoom followed by live rehearsals after 21st of June. That was nearly a third of people. We keep going because there was a few questions in this one. Will your members, cast and crew be happy to audition, rehearse, perform? Probably not in their entirety, but at least it's the starting point. That was answered like that by nearly half of everybody. It's quite nice to see nearly a third of people actually said yes anyway. It looks like a lot of amateur theatre is chomping at the bit to get back, isn't it? Do you think your audiences will be back with confidence? Probably not completely, but we'll just have to cope, a bit like the last one really. Nearly half of people have answered like that, and a third of people have said we really don't know yet, which is quite true, isn't it? And the last one is talking about the possibility of vaccine passports with audience members. Are you happy to implement this on your audience as a theatre society, as a theatre company? And there we have 82% saying yeah, especially if it's the difference between reopening and remaining closed. Nearly 18% say no, I don't believe in the whole vaccine passport idea. And question 14 was full of your own comments, which is about what half of you have filled in a little bit extra. It's all optional. It's all anonymous anyway, but it's optional whether you put a little comment at the end. So we've done that. So there we go. We started our shout outs on Monday. We'd put another shout out today on Facebook and Twitter. Fantastic. There's a link below, as I say, link below this to the survey results so you can slowly peruse them, because it was a bigger survey than normal. And if you did take part, thank you very much indeed, over 100 of you. And I think we got a fair split there with the readership, with the viewers, however you want to look at it. So that's great. Thank you very much. And you'll be hearing from us, either you already have last night or you will today. And all the best. Stay safe. Stay well. We will be back. Just drinking in that sunshine. Lots of vitamin D today. So see you later. Bye.